So I started writing songs on the record Nothing while I was writing Woodstock Child, and I got about 3 songs in, and then went about half a year without writing songs that I felt really good about, and it was very frustrating. And then I ended up watching this documentary of John Lennon and Yoko Ono, and he went into the studio while he was having writer's block, and he sat at the piano and started singing what felt natural to him, and she sat in the corner with a notepad and started writing down everything he'd say. And I thought, if it worked for John Lennon, I should probably try it. So I just went to my piano and set my phone on the music stand and pressed record and started playing chords that just felt natural, kind of just fell out of my fingertips. And I started singing whatever was like ruminating at the top of my head that I hadn't let myself say for a long time. And Nothing just kind of poured out. Where the river flows, where the flowers grew backwards, and the blue sky was below. So I could fly underground, and I could walk on clouds. I also loved the name Nothing because in the Beatles song Across the Universe, which you'll hear hints of in the 13th track on Nothing with the string quartet, the nothing's gonna change my world. And I love the idea that nothing is gonna change my world. So we recorded my first record, Woodstock Child, during COVID. So my dad, Randy Crafton, was the producer and the drummer. But as I was writing the second record, Nothing, I started to picture this very specific groove for a few of the songs. And I started thinking that now that I had a little bit more footing in the process of making an album, I maybe wanted to experiment a little bit. So I went down to the basement where my dad was working one day, totally unprepared for what I was about to say to him. And I was like, Dad, I've really loved working with you. And, our last project together turned out so good. But I think I might want to work with another producer for this one and co-produce. But then after he got over the shock of that, I said, just kidding. Actually, I would love to co-produce with you. But I want to pick a drummer. And he said, okay, what drummer? And I looked very seriously at him and I said, Bernard Purdie. I knew they'd worked together a few times in the past and that Bernard's recorded here before. And so, I was really shooting. I was like, why don't we just go for the craziest idea I have, and if it doesn't work, then I'll pull it back. So we sent a message to Bernard and said, hey, my kid is working on this new record, and, I know you're very busy, but if you're interested, she would love to have you play on it. And Bernard messaged back and said, I'll consider it. Send me some demos, because I want to hear this first. Which I'll be a little suspicious too. So we sent him the demos, and he messaged back that he would do it. And I lost my shit.
We call love torture songs, 'cause they feel things to the bone. So they're built.
So lo and behold, 6 months later, Bernard Purdie comes into the studio with his wife Celia, and they sit down and we show them the tracks. And oh man, I will remember that day for the rest of my life. It's just one of those things that's like carved into your mind. And there was this one more moment in the session I remember where I was sitting on this console right here. Right there. I was sitting on this console right there. And we just finished Little Dreamer. And he turns back at me and just says the kindest words I've ever heard in my life.
You're different, dear. You're really different. And you'll be around for a long time. You're going to be around for a long time. People are going to trying to figure where to place you. This doesn't, R&B, soul, rock. They're going to call it. Listen, you just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing, because you're hearing things they're not. And that's how things used to be 30, 40 years ago. That's what they call old soul.
Voice in your head, get in the best of you, little dreamer.
And hearing those words from a man who created the soundtrack of our lives was something that I will keep with me for the rest of my life.
Little dreamer, trust someone. Little dreamer, go to sleep. Little dreamer, you deserve some peace. Little dreamer, go to sleep.
I remember it was getting towards the end of the day and we'd done 4 songs, and I'd gone in with imagining him playing on 6, but I didn't want to push it. And then his wife goes, "What 2 songs?" And I showed her and she goes, "Oh yeah, we got time."
Dream, sweet dream.